4 ways to make him worry about losing you. Do you feel like maybe your guy doesn't fully appreciate you? Maybe he's been pulling away lately and you don't know what to do. So you're trying to figure out how to make him worry about losing you as a way to get his attention back on you. There's definitely a right and wrong way to go about this. And fear might be the ticket. Fear, it can be a powerful motivator, and can be used to get people to change their behavior, if used correctly. Now, in a long-term, healthy relationship, fear should never be used as a way to control or manipulate your partner. But unfortunately, in today's dating environment where people constantly find themselves in situationships, aka romantic and sexual situations that fall somewhere between relationships and friends with benefits, fear can be a useful tool. Used correctly, fear can open up a guy's eyes to make him realize that he's going to lose you if he doesn't get his act together. In this video and article I'll show you how to make him worry about losing you, not by playing games, but by focusing on you improving your life. Disclaimer. Before I get to the good stuff, I do need to warn you of something. If you feel like you have to constantly make him fear losing you in order to keep him interested, then this guy is probably not for you. You're essentially creating a fictional world where you tell yourself that this relationship is sustainable, but you can only evoke his fear of losing you for so long before he'll leave anyway. And it's okay if he does leave. Because the right guy doesn't require fear tactics. He wants to be with you. Another disclaimer, this video and article are not meant to encourage you to play games. In fact, I hate that a lot of women feel like they need to play games to keep a man. That's not what this is about. Actually, everything I talk about here is going to make you a better person and partner, and will help you find a healthy and lasting relationship. Make him worry about losing you through FEAR. Now I know this headline was a little clickbaity, and I used it to get your attention. So many women think they have to use actual fear to secure love, but I want to show you a healthier way to move a man who isn't sure of what he wants toward a future with you. 1. Focus on your independent social life. I've met a lot of misguided women who focus on how to get a man to chase them or how to seem cooler than they actually are. What I tell those women is that this is just a form of game playing. The goal isn't to pretend to have an amazing life, it's to actually have one. Continue to do the things that bring you joy. Keep going out and meeting interesting people. That shouldn't stop just because you're dating someone, and in fact can make for a better relationship. This doesn't just apply when you first start dating. At every stage in a relationship, even if you've been together for years, it's important that you both have separate interests and friends. It'll keep you both sane. So how does this make him worry about losing you? If you give everything up to spend all of your time with this guy, he's going to pull away. It's just too intense for most people. But if you have a healthy social life outside of him, he might get just the tiniest bit insecure and want to make sure you still want to spend time with him in between social engagements. 2. Eliminate your constant texting. Look, texting is definitely one way to a man's heart, but use it sparingly. If you text him constantly, he will literally feel like he's got you in his back pocket. Meaning, he knows you're crazy about him. And even if he doesn't feel the same, he might feel like he can have things his way, casual sex. Not responding when you want him to, without giving you what you want, commitment. I know it will make you crazy, but put your phone on Do Not Disturb so you're not constantly listening for the ping that tells you that you have a text that may or may not be from him. Don't text him more than a couple of times a day. And for every text that he sends you, wait a few hours to respond, not because you're playing games but because you have other things going on in your life and you don't need to drop everything to respond to him. The less available you are via text, the more he'll want you. You might see him start to text you more and more as a result. 3. Get more physically active in your life. The better you feel in your body, the more confident you will be in your life. Now, I'm not saying you need to have six-pack abs and super-toned arms to be more confident. I just mean that just by moving and getting those endorphins flowing through physical activity, you'll start to feel better. A great side effect. The guy you're dating will look at you and think, man, I don't want to lose that. Research shows that exercising as little as 10 minutes a day or even just once a week can make people happier. And people who are happier in their lives tend to be more appealing as romantic partners. So find an activity you really enjoy. You'll benefit in your body, mind, and relationship. 4. Reset your boundaries. If a man isn't treating you the way you want to be treated, maybe he only texts you at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night for one reason only. Or he takes days to respond to your texts. Or he's squirrely about making plans with you. Then it's time to reset those boundaries. Tell him his behavior is not acceptable. You don't necessarily need to communicate this directly, but you can still get your point across. If he texts you at 2 a.m., don't respond. Ignore him. If he doesn't like that, it's okay. It's time to move on to find a man who respects you. If, on the other hand, he texts you the next morning after you ignored his booty call and says he'd love to take you out, that's acceptable. He's subconsciously agreed to your boundaries and is ready to follow your rules. Don't be afraid to set those boundaries about what is acceptable and respectful to you. You set the pace for how this relationship will go, and if he's not treating you right, he's not right for you. Conclusion: if you want to draw a man back in who maybe has gotten a little distant for whatever reason, use these strategies to make him worry about losing you. Do that by putting less energy into dragging him toward you and focus more on doing what makes you happy and healthy instead. He'll pursue you, I guarantee. I've said this before to you sexy confident ladies over the years, but I'll say it again. Never play hard to get. Be hard to get by living your amazing life and making him want to be a part of it. And remember this, he will worry about losing you if he knows that you'll walk away if he doesn't treat you right. Talk to me, ladies. Have you ever employed these tips to make him worry about losing you? What was the result? Leave a comment below to share.